Okay, we start with the raw material. Here's the field-grade rubber such as cup lumps, trellis, coagulant slab, and low-grade rib smoke sheets used to collect. And here, the illustration, you can see the amounts of the cup lumps, the dirty cup lumps, of course. That's the purpose of the general processing of SMR 1020. The main process is to clean up your field grades material, and you can see here the cross sectionals of your field grades material, which is the cup lumps, the dirty content on the material. This is the importance of the cleaning process. Okay, the pre-cleaning process start with the clean dirty raw material and bring a little size reduction, which is cutting. Okay, usually you use that slab cutter pre-breaker to reduce the size, and then you immerse this material into a water pond. Here the illustration of what clean water pond water. Okay, and you use the pre-breaker machines to further reduce the size to which is the clean fresh acetic cup lumps may be processed by passing once if your cup lump is not too dirty. But if your field grades material require intensive cleaning, you might probably go through up to 20 passes in a pre-breaker machine. That means you put your cup lump in pre-breaker, and then you go to the ponds or water ponds, and then we put another pre-breaker and go through water pond, and the process is repeated until sufficiently clean. This is the illustration of field grade material after go through the pre-breaker, slightly cut, and we go through the pre-cleaning process. You can see here the dirt will be removed and it's taken out by the water. Okay, the moving water will be eliminates your dirt contents, and as it go through a pre-cleaning process, it will remove sufficient amounts of dirt. And you can see here the difference before the cleanings, before cleaning process, or before the pre-cleaning process, and after dirt removal. And then it go with the series of the creeper. Creeping process, I did mention about this. The creeping will take place a series of creepers. Okay, pre-clean material are creeped into blanket. Previously, you go to the pre-breaker, you clean the material, and then you will go to the creeper. The purpose of the creeper is to creep your rubber into a rubber blankets. Will produce sheets of rubber. Okay, jadi creeping. Okay, during the creeping operation, the rubber are cleaned, shred, and blended. Okay, here's the important parts of the creeper. At the series of the creeper, there's a water spray. So that means the surface of the rubber sheet will be sprayed with water to remove any leftover of the dirt that are not available, not readily cleaned by the pre-breaker. Okay, and then it will shear again. So that here it will compress your rubber to slightly thinner in size and blend it. How it blend? It will fold your rubber. So as it folds your rubber, it will blend your rubber, which is I did mention about the different field grade material from different resource of the field. Okay, the blended will take place when you are folding your rubber sheet. Kat sini dia akan berlaku bila awak ada lipatan. Dia akan melipat awak punya rubber sheets and so on. Okay, the degree of creeping required depends on the types of raw material and the grade of SMR required. If you need to produce SMR 10, more likely you need numbers of series of creeper. But if you require to produce SMR 20, which is the content is slightly higher, you might probably require up to 3 to 4 creeper only. Okay. And commonly in industry, more dirty small holder material may require up to 20 passes in order to produce a fine and clean rubber creeps. This is the illustration. The first image shows the rubber that being pre-cleaning using a pre-breaker. After you cut to the small size, you go to the pond and go through a pre-cleaning process. and it will crepe using a creeper, and we produce a sheets of rubber. And as it go through a series of creeper, the rubber blanket you can see here become cleaner, okay, jadi lebih bersih, and will be more thinner. As I mentioned earlier, the creeper nib size become smaller and smaller as you go through a series of creeper. So here it will produce a creeps into a blanket. Okay. Then we go to the final size reduction. Okay. Final size reduction can be done by shredder, which where high throughput is desired. Shredder requires frequent sharpening of the blade. Okay. Here, previously the creeper produced rubber into a blanket or rubber creeps, and then it will shred your rubber creeps into a rubber crumbs. Yes, you can see the rubber crumb, which is smaller in size and very fine. And because of shredder cutting a rubber intensively, so sharpening is need to be frequently done in order to have a very sharp shredder, so that you can have more even size in rubber crumbs. It is important to have a more consistent size in rubber crumbs, because after this we go to the drying. Okay. The drying process carried out about at temperature of 110 degrees Celsius for approximately 4 to 5 hours, which is the drying times significantly affected by the size of the crumbs, because uneven size will resulting in uneven drying and prolong the drying times. So that's why I mentioned earlier about the shredder. You need to have very sharp cutters so that you can produce fine and very small and even in size of rubber crumbs. Here, you go through a trolley. The pumps will take up your rubber crumbs and will fill your rubber crumb into a trolley. As the trolley, I think will be 1/3 or 2/3 full. It will go through a dryer. Okay, as it will take place approximately 4 hours at 110 degrees Celsius. After drying, after your crumbs sufficiently dry, okay, it will be weighed approximately 33.33 or equivalent to 33 1/3 of kg per bale. The baling rubber crumbs are normally done by using a hydraulic press. Okay, the pressing of rubber should be carried out only when the rubber are sufficiently cool, which is below the 60 degrees Celsius. So please take notes. Bear in mind, whenever you go to industry, you need to allow your rubber bills, you need to allow your dry crumbs. Okay, previously you put your rubber crumbs in a trolley. As it go through a drying process, the temperature elevated at 110 degrees Celsius. So whenever your rubber crumb is dry, the temperature is more likely above 60 degrees Celsius, and you need to allow your rubber crumb to cool down at least below the 60 degrees Celsius before you can hydraulic press. This is the illustrations of the hydraulic press, and eventually when you press your rubber crumbs, it will produce a rubber bill. This is the illustration of rubber bill. The size of the rubber bill is fixed, which is the 330 mm times 675 mm. Okay, and the bill that you produce, which are will be wrapped using a polyethylene and packed into crates, but you will allow it to settle down first before they are straps ready for shipping. So basically, bila awak dah keringkan tadi, awak biarkan dekat temperature bawah daripada 60, awak press. Bila awak press, awak akan produce rubber bale. Bila awak ada dapat rubber bale, awak akan wrap dengan polyethylene bag. Sebab apa? Rubber ni dia ada good green strength ataupun tackiness, dia akan bercantum semula. So kita tak nak dia bercantum masa dalam crates ataupun during shipping. So we pack it individually using polyethylene bag. And awak akan biarkan dulu sementara dia settle down, and then baru awak akan straps, and it is ready for shipping. And during the packing, of course, you need to label your rubber correctly. And how to label your rubber, which is either it's SMR 10 or SMR 20, you will conduct a few testing so that you can identify the rubber that you produce is SMR 10 or 20 and what spec that you produce, so that you can give these data sheets during shipments of your rubbers. Okay, that's all from chapter 7, and I hope you will stay at home and spend your time on my videos that I prepared for you, and hopefully I see you really soon. Okay, bye bye.